So in a three-phase system, so we have three cases. One is symmetrical distance. In unsymmetrical distance, when the conductors are transposed, when the conductors are not transposed. Again, in some cases, the conductors may not be transposed. In that cases, again we have to calculate the inductance, and also we have to learn the effect of inductance. Just in today's session, we are going to see how the conductors, how to calculate the inductance value in case of unsymmetrical lines, and when they are not transposed. This is the last case. So untransposed lines. So the same derivation what we have done earlier is extended here. So symmetrical lines, that is completed. So inductance value, it comes around LA is equal to lambda A by IA, which is equal to 20 to the power of -7 ln D by R dash. So next, so that is inductance per phase in case of unsymmetrical lines when they are transposed. So transposition means, so position of the conductor is changing at a regular intervals of time. So that is value comes around. So this is flux linkages in case of unsymmetrical lines when they are in transposition. So final equation is average of all the three positions. So flux linkages in position 1, flux linkages in position 2, flux linkages in position 3. Average value gives the average flux linkages in that conductor per unit length. So that comes around. So this we have to remember. So lambda A is equal to 2 by 3 into 10 to the power of -3. So its value is cube root of D12, D23, D31 by R dash ln of. So if we calculate the inductance, it is equal to LA is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of -7 ln D equivalent by DS, so many Henries per meter. So this is the inductance. In case of the conductor B and conductor C, the inductance value is also same. So in case of unsymmetrical three-phase, now coming to unsymmetrical three-phase lines when the conductors are untransposed. What is meant by transposition? Position of the conductors are changing in regular intervals of time from starting to ending. The conductors are divided into, if they are three-phase conductors, the conductors are divided into three equal parts, so equal distances. So at regular equal intervals, so the position of the conductor is changing. If it is not changed, that means the conductor takes the same position throughout the distance. So the distance between these two conductors is not going to change. Similarly, here it is also not going to change. So distance is same, position of the conductor is also same. So in that case, so already what we have done in case of this is, what is this? Anybody? This configuration is called horizontal configuration of conductors, because all the three conductors are running parallel. So here if we observe the distance between any two conductors, distance between these two is DAB, distance between these 2 points is DBC. Similarly, distance between first conductor and last conductor is DAC. all the three distances, all the distance between any two conductors, they are different. So this can also be treated as untransposed, unsymmetrical spacing and untransposed conductors. So same thing, same derivation what we have seen. So here flux linkages due to flux one first conductor, conductor A. So here it is. So here that is mu naught by A into current passing through first conductor multiplied with flux linkages. So that is flux linkages due to current passing through this conductor. That is IA into ln 1 by GMRA. So is it clear? So same formula what we have derived earlier. So that is as written here mu naught by 2 pi IA into ln 1 by R dash. So here this indicates the flux linkages in conductor 1 due to current passing through the same conductor. So the next term indicates current passing flux linkages at this conductor due to current passing through second conductor. Current passing through second conductor is IP and flux linkages at this point due to this one is D12 or DAB, that is. So if we consider this figure, that becomes DAB. DAB is the distance between these two. Similarly, when if we consider the current passing to third conductor, again flux linkages at conductor 1 due to current passing through conductor C. So here if we consider this distance as DAC, distance between these 2 points is DAC. So again either we can take this configuration or this configuration, just the distance between the two conductors. Just forget about the names 1, 2 or 2, 1 or something. If I want to find out flux linkages at this point due to current passing through this, so here the distance between these 2 points, maybe DAB or D12 or anything else, small d. Okay, so that we have to remember. So distance between these 2 points. Similarly, in the last class, in the last term, IC into ln 1 by DAC. DAC is distance between these 2 points. Here the flux linkage, this term indicates the flux linkage at conductor A due to current passing through conductors. Similarly, so here there is no position of changing position. So that's why the flux linkage is always the same. So previous case, the position of the conductor is changed. Therefore, the inductance value automatically, the flux linkages are also changing based on the distances. The flux linkages changes. In the previous case, so the A conductor is at the center. In the second section, conductor A position is here. In that case, the distances are, so conductor B and conductor C are at the same distances in section 2 when the conductors are transposed. But here it is untransposed. No need to calculate section 2 and section 3. All the three values are same. So flux linkages in conductor B, the same terminology we use here. Flux linkages due to conductor current passing through conductor A. Flux linkages due to current passing through conductor B, same current. Flux linkages due to conductor C. So in the third case, flux linkages at conductor C due to its own current and current passing through other two conductors. The same thing what we have. Okay. So is it clear? Okay. Next. The flux linkage of each conductor depends on the free currents, and therefore the inductance per phase is not only the one-on-one as a single phase system. Instead, three different inductances, that is self-inductance and mutual conductor inductance. So that is mutual inductance. So here The flux linkages are three different inductances. We can see, even though the conductor is same, one is self inductance, the other two are due to current passing through other two conductors. Those two are termed as mutual inductance. So now there are terms, if we observe the terms. So here the three terms. So one is self-inductance, other two are mutual inductance. So if the distances are unsymmetrical and mutual inductance is present, so in that case we have to consider now in that case, so what we have already seen, the inductance matrix LAA, LBB, LCC, similarly LAB, LBC, LBC, and similarly total 3 by 3 matrix. So we have obtained previous case what we have already calculated. So total 9 inductances. So we and 3 currents. So if we write in a matrix form for a for flux linkages in conductor A, conductor B, conductor C. So flux linkages is equal to inductance matrix multiplied with current matrix. So total 3 by 3 matrix we have to calculate. So total 9 different inductance values. 3 are self-inductances and other 6 are mutual inductance. That becomes a very complicated system. So now we can convert, if in case of three-phase balanced system, if the system is a three-phase balanced system, we can take this current, either IA, IB, IC. We can take current IA as reference phasor, and we can write this current IB and current IC, all the three currents in terms of IA. Is it clear? For a balanced three-phase system, so if we take IA as a reference, that is IA at an angle 0, so IB, that is IB is equal to IA at an angle of 240 degrees. Okay, so we have already learned in electrical circuits. So here the next position, if the conductor, if the machine is rotating, or if we take the reference phasor is moving in anti-clockwise direction, the next position becomes IB. So IB means that is at an angle of minus 120, minus 240 degrees. Sorry, not minus, it is plus 240 or minus 120. Okay, that's why if we take IA as a reference, here IB becomes IA at an angle of 240, so that we can replace IB with IA, so that we can reduce the complexity of the previous equations. So similarly, IC is equal to IA at an angle of 120. Okay, so now converting by taking IA as reference, simply IB divided by IA becomes 1 at an angle 240, which is equal to cos 240 plus j sin 240, which is equal to minus 0.5 minus j root 3 by 2 value it is. So if I simplify this equation, so it is a complex number or phasor. So minus 0.5 minus j 0.866. So this, if we convert IB with reference to IA, that value becomes minus 0.5 minus j 0.86. The next step, similarly, if we convert, if we calculate IC by IA, which comes around 1 at an angle 120, its value is minus 0.5 plus j 0.866. Okay, is it clear? So here what I'm doing to reduce the complexity, since the matrix are so 3 different currents and 3 by 3 matrix. Total we have to calculate 9 different inductances in that case. So for a balance, we have assumed a balanced network 3-phase system, and we can convert this IB in terms of IA, IC in terms of IB, taking IA as a reference. Now substituting back in the equation. So here we have already obtained this flux linkage equation at conductor A. Now inductance due to conductor A is equal to flux linkage, total flux linkages conductor A by current passing through that conductor. Flux linkages by current passing through that conductor, which comes around 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln 1 by r dash minus ln 1 by under square root of AB into AC minus J. So because of this term, if we substitute, okay, so in the previous equation, root 3 by 2 ln dAB by dAC. Okay, so previously, that is, here this is the equation. Now if we divide with IA, so if we divide with IA, so this IA gets cancelled. Here it is IB by IA. So what we have already calculated, IB by IA value is minus 0.5 minus J 0.866. So if we substitute IB by IA value, okay, here plus similarly IC by IA. IC by IA also we have calculated, that is minus 0.5 plus J 0.866. If we substitute that value and simplify this equation, we will get this inductance equation. Okay. So once we take IA as common, sorry, not IA. If we once we get this equation after simplification, so you get this equation taking imaginary terms as common and real terms as common and simplify after simplification. So you will get this. Similarly, we'll calculate IB and LB and LC. So for all the 3 conductors, we can find out the inductance value LA, that is inductance due to first conductor, so many henries per meter. Okay, is it clear? Anybody please respond.
Sir.
Note చేసుకుంటున్నారా? Clear ga unda? So first case symmetrical case, second case unsymmetrical transposed, third case unsymmetrical but not transposed. Okay, next, these complex numbers. So this means that the individual phase inductance of an untransposed line with unsymmetrical spacing is a complex number. So here this complex number J term, this indicates the imaginary part of the flux linkages or inductance represents the exchange of energy between phases. So there is, because of this inductance means it is simply due to energy stored in a magnetic field. This complex number, this complex part indicates it's in one cycle it is storing and it is next cycle it is again giving back. So exchange of inductance of exchange of energy indicates this complex. Okay. So now after this, if it is it clear? Next case this is. So first initially we have calculated inductances in all the three cases: single conductor, single line, single conductor, single phase conductors, three phase conductors. Now, strictly speaking, the practical conductors are composite conductors. Composite conductors means, so in the earlier classes we have seen, what is a composite conductor? So ACSR conductors are called composite conductors. Composite conductor means it is a combination of small strands. It is okay. Do you remember that? Composite conductors. ACSR means what? Aluminium conductor with steel reinforced. So aluminium conductors with steel reinforced. Steel reinforced means that is placed at the center. A small circular conductors. Not only the circular conductors, depends upon the voltage level, that can be, the shape of the conductors can be converted into trapezoidal or so. Okay, so small solid conductors, they are termed as strands. Steel strands are placed at the center. Over these steel strands, aluminium strands are wound around the, or circulated around the this steel strands. So that becomes a composite conductors. To increase the tensile strength of the transmission line, so we have shifted a solid conductor to a composite conductor. So solid conductor, even though if we observe, these composite conductors are a combination of solid conductors. Again, here, so again we have to calculate the inductance due to composite conductors. Here, the composite conductors, if we observe, this is a solid first conductor, second conductor, third conductor, m number of conductors, depends upon the voltage level. Maybe a dog or zebra, or there are so many conductors. What we have seen earlier depends upon the voltage levels. The composite conductor increases the number of strands. So each strand is a solid conductor again. Here in a particular conductor, if you observe, so m number of conductors are placed. Uniformly it is placed in a circular fashion, one over the other. So almost 7 steel conductors around this. Some aluminum conductors are placed. So in this case, so if we observe, in conductor 1, total conductors are assumed to be m. In second conductor, whereas if we consider this as a return conductor, so n number of strands are present. So n number of strands are present in return conductor, whereas in go conductor, m number of conductors are present. Okay, is it clear? The picture is it clear? It is a single phase line. Again, in a single phase line, so inductance due to composite conductors, what we are calculating is inductance due to current passing through each conductor. Similarly, we have to combine all the inductance, that becomes the inductance due to the single conductor. Similarly, combination of the total inductance between these two we have to calculate. Now coming to derivation, so consider a single phase line comprising of composite conductors A and B, with A having m parallel filaments and B having n parallel filaments. That means, so in a composite conductor, the center of the conductor is center of the strands, that is steel strands. they are placed uniformly one over the other. So center one is steel strand. Similarly, so the other conductors are so just placed one by one, side by side over the other. So they are connected in parallel. So we have already done that inductance in a composite conductor. Not composite conductor, single conductor we have calculated. So over here, what is our assumption is, so all the conductors are connected in parallel. Similarly, current passing through each strand or each filament is considered as I by M. If total current passing through this conductor is I amperes, similarly current passing through this return conductor is also I amperes, whereas current, because the direction of the current is reversed, this becomes minus I amperes. So here the current is total I amperes. So current passing through individual strand or individual filament, that is taken as I by M. If I by M strands are connected in parallel, the total current becomes I. Okay. So here it is, total number of strands in this conductor is N. So N dash conductors. So N dash conductors, that is total current passing through individual conductor, that is this conductor, that becomes I by N dash. Is it clear? So M number of composite conductors are placed inside this one. So therefore, that is take current passing through individual conductor or individual strand, that is considered as I by M. Here individual strand is I by N dash. Okay. Now what I am calculating, inductance due to a single strand. So flux linkages of strand 1 in conductor A. So that is in this conductor A. So first strand if we consider, so current passing through this is I by M. So flux is generated due to current passing through this conductor. So flux linkages, the flux linkages at this point due to current passing through this conductor we have to calculate. That is self GMD value we have to, self GMD or GMR or R dash value we have to represent. Next, flux linkages at this conductor due to current passing through second conductor in the same group. Okay. Similarly, due to current passing through the other conductor, similarly M number of conductors. So here total M number of conductors. First one is self flux linkages, the other M minus N, M minus 1 mutual flux linkages you have to write. Next, plus current passing through conductor strand, current passing through this strand, again some flux is generated due to current passing through this strand. This flux links with this conductor. So again we have to add some more flux linkages at this point. So again we have to add that term. Similarly, current passing through second conductor, this is also produces some flux. This flux links with this conductor again. So that means N plus M minus 1 mutual flux linkages plus 1 self flux linkage. So current flux linkages at this point is due to all these conductors. Similarly, the second term, so if we observe the term, so here it is flux linkages. In some textbooks that is represented by psi, In some textbooks that is represented by lambda. So here psi 1 is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7. The same formula what I am using from the beginning to here. 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7. Current is I by m. So current passing through each strand is I by m. So I have considered I by m current into ln 1 by r dash. What is 1 by r dash? R dash is because it is self flux linkage. So that's why I have considered that as 1 by r dash. So 0.7788 times r plus ln 1 by D12. What is D12? D12 is distance between these two conductors. That may be a small value, but we have to consider the distance D12. So plus again current passing through mth conductor, mth strand. So that is again current is I by m. Current passing through this conductor is I by m multiplied with ln 1 by D1m, distance between these 2 points. That is D1m. So this completes the flux linkage at this point due to different strands in the same conductor. Okay, next coming to second term. So this is minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7. Since the current passing through second conductor is minus I by n dash with reference to this current. So here it is minus I by n current. So minus I by n current ln 1 by D11 dash. Here D11 dash indicates the distance between these 2 points, these 2 strands. The first strand is here 1. Here second strand indicates D1 dash. Distance between these 2 points is termed as D dash 11. So similarly, from this point to this point, distance second indicates the flux linkage due to current passing through this strand at this point. So similarly, ln 1 D dash 12. So up to n number of conductors. So this is ln 1 by D dash 1n. So is it clear? Everybody please respond whether it is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So next. Now after simplification, so just what I have done is, so because this is I by n, so 1 by, this is simply log A, ln A, ln A plus ln B plus ln C can be written as ln of A into B into C. So 1 by ln A into B into C can be written as ln A into B into C whole to the power of 1 by n. So logarithmic formula, using the same logarithmic formula. So A into B into C whole to the power of 1 by n. So just keeping I here. So this is 1 by n. So 1 by n means nth root of A, B and C and so on. Okay, is it clear? Similarly, if I simplify this one, this becomes nth root of, okay, so r dash into D12 into D1n. So I into ln of nth root of D r dash into D12 into D1m. So now again, so if we consider this as a single term ln x, and here it is minus ln y, so that can be written as y x by y, ln of, if we take ln value as common, so ln x by ln y. So if we simplify this term, so you will get this simplified answer. Psi flux linkages at strand 1 in conductor A is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln nth root of, since that is 1 by terms, that is comes into numerator, 1 by term So here it is. Yeah, the first numerator term and the denominator term same r dash into d12, d13 and so on d1n. So many Weber turns per meter. So is it clear? Next, the inductance. Inductance means again what I am calculating. So inductance in first strand due to inductance in first strand in conductor A is equal to flux linkage in first strand divided by current passing through that strand. Current passing through that strand is I by M current. So flux linkages, that is psi 1. So this divided by I by M. So after simplification, we will get this value. Okay. So inductance of strand 1 in conductor A. Similarly, for strand 2 we have to calculate. So again if we take for strand 2, 2 into m number of conductors into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln here, because the distance is 2 1. Okay. So here it is 2 1 dash and 2 1. So here it is the second term d22 means r dash. Okay. So when we go for second conductor, here it is. If I want to find out the flux linkages at this point, so at this point is d21, d23, d2m, d one more r dash value. So total distances here, the terms are 21, 23, 2m. Similarly, 2, 1 dash, 2, that means distance if we take as distance d dash into 2, 1, d dash, 2, 2 dash. Similarly, d dash between these 2 points, second conductor and third conductor in next this strand and the next conductor. So here it is 2, 2 dash, 2, 3 dash, 2, n dash. Okay. So using the same, you will get inductance in strand 2. So simply write down this equation. So go through that equation. You can easily understand simple mathematical derivation. So after simplification, so similarly, the average inductance of m strands in conductor A. So since we have obtained L1 inductance in first strand, L2 inductance in second strand, L3 inductance in third strand, similarly Lm inductance in m strand in conductor A. So we have calculated average value that indicates the inductance, average inductance in one strand. You will get average value after, since those conductors are simply connected in parallel one over the other. So the average value per strand, if we calculate, it comes around L average. Once we get that L average value, those many, so since these strands are connected electrically in parallel, so what we have considered, that's why current is taken as I by M. So I by M plus I by M plus I by M, when they are connected in parallel, currents can be added. So these conductors are said to be electrically parallel. So in that case, the inductance value becomes L, this is group. Okay. So for the entire A conductor, that is average by M. So inductance value, that becomes L by M. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R2. Similarly, 1 by L equivalent is equal to 1 by L1 plus 1 by L2 plus 1 by L3. So all these are connected in parallel. So the net value becomes L average by M. If 2 and 2 are connected in parallel, the net value becomes 2 into 2 by 2 plus 2. That becomes 1, half value. Similarly, if 3 conductors are connected in parallel, total inductance is L by 3. Similarly, M number of inductances are connected in parallel. So L value, average value by M. That is the total inductance. Total inductance in conductor A. Per meter length it is again. So just we have to remember that one. So the inductance of conductor A is obtained as, so once we substitute all these terms what we have calculated, that comes around D12 dash. These are mutual distances from one conductor to other conductor. So 1 dash indicates, so from second conductor to distance between second conductor to first conductor. Similarly, 1 2 indicates second conductor to first conductor. Again, this dash indicates second conductor to first conductor. Here in the denominator there is no dash for D12, D13 and so on. So that means in the same conductor, distance in the same conductor, here distance from the second conductor to first conductor. So simply D11 dash, D12 dash, D13 dash is the entire time flux linkages in first conductor due to first conductor in second strand. Sorry, first strand in second conductor. Similarly, so if we substitute all these terms, so after simplification you will get inductance of conductor. Anybody is having doubt? మీరు రాసుకుంటే బుక్ మీద మీరు ప్యారలల్ గా సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు మళ్ళీ చేయక్కర్లే, డైరెక్ట్ గా ఎగ్జామ్ లో చేయొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు డౌట్ వస్తే అది ఎప్పటికీ డౌట్ అలా ఉండిపోతుంది. సో ట్రై టు సాల్వ్ దిస్ వన్. ఇప్పుడు రాసుకోండి, వెంటనే క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ సాల్వ్ చేయండి. నెక్స్ట్ సిమిలర్లీ, okay, the mnth root of the product Mn is mutual distance between the strands of both conductor is called geometric mean distance. That is mutual GMD, or simply it is called as geometric mean distance. That is geometric mean distance or GMD. Here this numerator terms, if we observe, that is distance between one strand to one strand in conductor B to one strand in conductor A. So that is, so 260. Do you have any problem? Okay. So this is mutual distances. The numerator term indicates mutual distances between strands. So that is termed as geometric mean distance. Here the denominator m square, or if we calculate LV, in that case that becomes n square. So that is the distance between strands within the same conductor. So the distance between strands within the same conductor, here these are the distances in the same conductor. These are the distances between strands of different conductors. Okay, this is called as self GMD or GMR, geometric mean radius. Okay, so here this is geometric mean radius, that is the total effective radius. By calculating the effective radius, that's what we have called as geometric mean radius or self GMD. Here this is in between the distances between the same conductor. So conductor is same, but strands are different. In the same conductor, the distance between the strands is termed as GMR. Here these two terms we have to remember by calculating problems. So simplified form, LA is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of -7 into ln dm. If m number of conductors are present, we have to calculate for m mutual M GMD is mutual. This is M terms. You will get M into N terms. So where N is N number of conductors, N number of strands in second conductor, M is M number of strands in first conductor. So that is mutual GMD. That is the entire thing can be treated as DM. So here this is self GMD values. So that if we write it DS, if we represent with DS. So the simplified inductance equation, that is LA is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln dm by ds ln I by d. So similarly for second conductor, it comes around LB into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln d by. This is due to, here this is due to conductor A, here this is due to conductor B. So since mutual distances are not going to change, maybe in case of, if we consider a third conductor, even though the distances are not going to change between any two conductors or any two strands, so this value is constant. Whereas for m number of conductors in conductor A, the distances may be changed. Because the number of strands in a conductor B is different, that's why I have indicated DSB and DSA. So a small change depends upon the number of strands, so the denominator will change. So total inductance becomes LA plus LB. If the conductors are identical, so the number of strands are same in both conductors, that can be treated as DS. So the inductance value L is equal to 4 into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln dm by ds. So since these two conductors are having same number of strands and identical conductors, so simply we can add these two, 4 into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln dm by ds, and this part. Okay, that is calculation of inductance in case of composite conductors. So go through this derivation. Okay, try to solve this derivation on your own. There is only the terms are more, but there is no complexity in this while deriving this formula. So you can try at home, and if you have any doubts, you can raise that doubts. చెప్పండి ఏమైనా doubts ఉంటే you can ask. Any doubts regarding today's topic or previous topic? You can ask. Any questions?